Welcome to the Inspire Tales channel. In this video, we will learn about an inspiring story of someone searching for silence. I hope this story can be useful for all of you and bring value to your life. The story of the seeker of silence. In a village surrounded by green hills and dense forests lived a young man named Raka. Since childhood, Raka was known as an intelligent child, always drawn to various forms of knowledge. He spent hours in the village library reading books about philosophy, science, and art. Yet, despite his vast knowledge, something felt empty in his heart, a void that he couldn't comprehend. Raka felt that something was missing, something that no words or books could explain. He felt isolated, as if there was a hole inside him that he couldn't fill, no matter how much he tried. The desire to find the true meaning of life kept him searching, until one day he heard about a wise teacher who lived far beyond the mountains. His name was Guru Wira, a teacher known for his profound wisdom, living a simple life in a small hut on the edge of the forest. Raka felt that this was his chance to find the answers to his inner search. With determination, he decided to embark on a long journey to seek out the teacher. The journey was filled with obstacles, steep roads, sudden storms, and wild animals blocking the way. Yet Raka was undeterred. With each step he took, he felt that the answer he sought might be there at the remote place, far from the bustle of the world. Finally, after days of travel, Raka arrived at Guru Wira's simple hut. The teacher spoke little, but the way he looked at Raka radiated an extraordinary peace. Nervously, but with hope, Raka approached him. "Guru Wira," he said, "I have come to learn true wisdom. I feel a void inside me that I cannot fill. Can you help me find it?" Guru Wira smiled gently and invited Raka to sit by a rushing river. After a moment of silence, the teacher took a bamboo flute and began to play a soft melody. The sound of the flute resonated deep into Raka's heart, bringing a calmness he had never experienced before. "Raka, it is not only the sound of the flute that you need to hear," said Guru Wira after a moment. "Listen also to the silence between each note." Raka was confused. He closed his eyes and began to listen more attentively. For the first time, he felt something deeper, not just the sound of the flute, but also the silence that existed between each note. This silence wasn't emptiness, but full of meaning. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Raka stayed with Guru Wira, learning more about silence, learning to listen not only with his ears, but also with his heart. He began to understand that silence wasn't the absence of sound, but a space that allowed for greater understanding, a space to feel deeper wisdom. One day, a wealthy merchant named Jaya arrived seeking guidance. His children, who had long been estranged due to a dispute over inheritance, were no longer speaking to each other. Jaya hoped that Guru Wira or Raka could help reconcile them. Raka, who had already experienced the power of silence in his own life, invited Jaya's family to the same riverbank where he had first learned to listen to silence. There, Raka invited Jaya's two children to sit and listen to the sounds of nature. At first, they were hesitant, unsure of what to say, but in the silence they began to feel more at peace. Slowly, they started to speak not just about the inheritance, but about their feelings, their confusion, and their hopes. Raka taught them to feel the silence between their words, to listen with their hearts, and to find peace within themselves. In that silence, they found a deeper understanding and realized that their conflict had stemmed from their inability to truly hear one another. Jaya, witnessing the change in his children, was deeply grateful. "What can I do to repay you?" Jaya asked, his eyes filled with tears. Raka simply smiled and said, "Continue to live in silence and teach this wisdom to others." Years passed and Raka continued to teach, guiding those who sought understanding. As he grew older, he knew his time to depart was near. On his last day, his disciples gathered around him. With a gentle smile, Raka said, Listen to the sound of silence, and you will hear the wisdom of the universe. With his eyes closed and a peaceful breath, Raka left this world. Yet his legacy lived on in the hearts of those he had taught. The wisdom of silence and deep understanding continued to grow from generation to generation. Raka's story teaches us that in silence we can find deeper wisdom, a peace that can heal wounded hearts and connect us to the world around us. I hope this story can inspire and touch your heart. I've deepened its meaning, changing some names and backgrounds to offer a different yet still impactful perspective.